My mom used to say to me when my son was little kids, little problems. Big kids, big problems. And I've never forgotten that. And the older I get, the more I realize it applies to almost everything in life. Welcome to your daily hit of grace and grit, your quick dose of inspiration to kickstart your day. I'm Courtney Townley, and here is today's hit. There's a concept I've returned to again and again over the years, and I find myself coming back to it, especially in midlife. The concept is this: new level, new devil. If you're a client of mine, you have heard me say it so many times. Every time you grow, every time you elevate some area of your life, you do not make it in a problem-free utopia. I wish we did, right? We all wish we did, but that's not how it rolls. You arrive at a new set of problems that you could not have anticipated from where you were standing before. The problems change. They do not disappear. So again, my mom used to tell me when my kid was little kids, little problems, big kids, big problems. And she was right. A toddler's problems are exhausting, but they are relatively contained. A teenager's problems are a different universe entirely. And yet, when you're in the thick of the toddler years, you genuinely cannot imagine anything harder. Growth works the same way. And understanding this is so liberating and so incredibly humbling. When I first built my business, when I started building my business, the problems felt enormous. I was learning to navigate the online space, so much new technology, which, by the way, change constantly. Figuring out the systems, getting my first clients, understanding how to price myself and how to show up online and how to manage a brand. It all felt incredibly hard. And then the business grew. And suddenly I had a whole new set of problems that I never could have imagined from where I started. I was managing people. I had a lot of team members that were working on different dimensions of my business. I was managing projects. I was marketing budgets. Or managing my marketing budget that did not exist before. There was a lot of complexity of running something larger than myself, right? The weight of responsibility for other people's livelihoods, and also just a very intricate business landscape, which I feel like Grace and Grit became. And I have had many days where I look back on those early problems and think, oh, that was so simple. I wish I had those problems again. I just didn't know it at the time, right? And the same thing happens in health. And I find it particularly interesting because health is the arena I live in every day. When you're first starting out on a health journey, you're usually focused on one thing: getting to the gym consistently. Maybe it's drinking more water or cleaning up your diet, getting to bed earlier. The problem that you're tackling is usually pretty singular and relatively concrete. But the longer you're in the health arena, the more you start to understand how everything is connected. You realize that your sleep is affecting your hormones, which are affecting your metabolism, which is affecting your mood, which is affecting your relationships, which is affecting your stress, which is affecting your sleep. The complexity compounds. You start wishing for the days when you were just a beginner, focusing on one thing, because now you understand too much to simplify it all the way back down. And that understanding, while it ultimately serves you, comes with its own kind of weight. So here's how I've learned to hold this concept in a way that does not become discouraging, because I think it can become discouraging. The new devil is evidence of the new level. You would not have these problems if you had not grown. The complexity of your current challenges is a direct reflection of how far you've come. When you're tempted to look back at your earlier, simpler problems with longing, remember that you could have not handled the life that you have now from where you were then. You built the capacity for this level, and you will build the capacity for the next one. Problems do not end. They evolve, and so do you. That is the good news. So what is the new devil that you're dealing with right now? Like you've spent some time working on something to rise to a new level. What's the new devil or set of problems that came with that? And what does its existence tell you about the level that you have reached? Give yourself a moment to acknowledge how far you've come, especially if the current problems feel hard. And I know they so often do. If this episode resonated with someone in your orbit who is navigating a hard new level right now, share this with her. Sometimes the most valuable thing we can offer someone is just the reminder that hard does not mean something has gone wrong. In fact, as per this episode, hard can often mean something has gone very right. If this stirred something inside of you, imagine what a whole book of clarity and courage could ignite. The Consistency Code, a midlife woman's guide to deep health and happiness, goes even deeper into the mindset and practices that create real, meaningful change at midlife. Grab your copy today over at theconsistencycode.com and keep the momentum alive.